so completely yours. Don't wanna hear folks chatter, 'cause I know you're cheap. Right or wrong don't matter when I'm with you, sweet. Hush now, don't explain. No, you're my joy and you're my pain. My life's yours, love. Don't explain. Once I was traveling across the sky, and this lovely planet caught my eye. And being curious, I flew close by, and now I'm caught here until I die. Don't tell me die, until we die. We're just learning to live together, learning to live together, learning to live together till we die. I lost my memory of where I've been. We all forgot we could fly. Someday we'll all turn into peaceful men and women, and we'll return into the sky. Until we die, until we die. We're just learning to live together, learning to live together, learning to live together till we die. Until we die, until we die. We're just learning to live together, learning to live together, learning to live together. We got to get it together. It's getting better.
this proud land we grew up strong. We were wanted all along. I was taught to fight, taught to win. I never thought I could fail. No fight left, or so it seems. I am a man whose dreams have all deserted. I've changed my face, I've changed my name, but no one wants you when you lose.
Don't give up, 'cause you have friends. Don't give up, you're not beaten yet. Don't give up, I know you can make it good.
Though I saw it all around, I never thought that I could be affected. Thought that we'd be last to go. It is so strange the way things turn. that burned down to the ground.
Don't
Good
give
evening,
up.
everyone. Good
You still
evening.
have
How's everyone doing?
us.
Yes, 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 yes.
Don't
Welcome,
give
welcome,
up.
welcome to
We
Voices
don't need much
Amplified,
of
an arts and
anything.
social justice series
No.
put on by the Omaha Performing Arts. I will be your
Don't
MC today,
give
Aaron
up.
Darrell Gregory, and I am the
There's
Community Engagement Specialist.
something.
While we are here tonight, we are going to be enjoying three amazing poets. We have Zedeka Poindexter, we have Shukura Huggins, and Paula, and they will be accompanied, a different kind of accompaniment, by the amazing visual artist Hugo Zamorano with a live painting in front of us. Give it up for our artists for tonight. So, a few house rules, and poets, I need y'all to help me. Because we're in 2021, what is the proper amen in poetry? Are we still snapping? Are we clapping? What are we doing? Snaps? Okay, it's the snaps. So there was a question about that. So please make sure you're snapping when you enjoy it. Yeah, we'll have one. They'll come up one at a time and they'll share their work, and feel free to enjoy it, take it all in. We do have refreshments in the back. Yeah, enjoy yourself. And again, welcome to Voices Amplified. Step up to the mic. All right, Shukura, will you please step up to the mic? That's my soror, y'all.
Good evening. I'm so excited to read some pieces for you all tonight, and I want to thank OPA for extending the invitation and the whole team. So let's get into it. These wheels turn, powered by a glow that comes back full circle. It's empowered by the ones tucked tight in our circles. These words aren't just spoken, just listen. They command attention. I'm mindful of intention. If it costs a penny for a thought, how much we gotta cash out for the mission? Michelin rubber to pavement, we drive. We build spaceships, we fly. We find out what's at the mountaintop and we like, we ain't never coming down again. We ain't never coming down. We're still talking about freedom, yeah. Still hoping for a brand new day. Got freedom on my mind. This is what my pen cries. I'm still talking about freedom, yeah. Still hoping for a brand new day. Got freedom on my mind. This is what my pen cries. Because what else can I do in a narrow jail cell other than write long letters and think long thoughts and pray long prayers? Letter from a Birmingham jail, Martin Luther King, 1963. As steel bars attempt to cradle my mind, throw away the key and leave me there, I try. I try to be the change I want to see in the world. You see, it may not earn me dollars, but it makes a whole lot of sense. And fame may not lie in the rhymes that I script, but it's one more word added to the benefit. For cause, for reason, for every work there's a season, and if you are not aware, it's harvesting time. See, bruh told me, we're eating off our own plates now, and the ingredients are provided, and X marks the spot, meaning we're in the right position to change the climate, and the dreams of Dr. King still reign. Along with the visions of El Haj, Malik, El Shabazz, I'm talking where the last shall be the first, and the first become the last. The only race that will matter, because I can prophesy with my third eye when yesterday will be the source of tomorrow's laughter, and I no longer want to look towards horizons, I want to look past where the sun sets, because I refuse to reach for stars if I'm capable of holding planets. Seems as though it was just yesterday, seems as though it was just today that on our trees hung strange fruits. Libations to the roots, and we are the produce. So as I produce these rights that fuel my fight, I still script the opposites to death. These words equal life. So to get rid of me, take my pen. But better believe I'll be looking for chalk, rocks, Crayola, whatever to get my right on again. And may God rest their souls, but when those who came before us in their last breaths went their visions never left. So please tell me I'm not the only one who can see it. We're still talking about freedom, yeah. Still hoping for a brand new day. Got freedom on my mind. This is what my pen cries. Washed like a soothing sweetness, like black soap. Got my feet planted on this soapbox, got my mouth. In it, a black shout that sounds like rain, breaking through a black cloud that looks like pain. Got my smile that my mother got from her mother got from, you know. See, I talk just like my mama, slick like black soap, ooh, hum like my father. His soundtrack stitched into my lungs bounces back to me like memory. Sounds like the rumble of an engine, my ears struck with the tick of a clock. Sounds like time and waiting and never left. I got my eyes, spill them sometimes like rivers whispering to oceans when they haven't talked in a while. Same eyes up, inviting yours to meet. Sometimes just a hello, other times a dissertation. Speaking of dessert, I got my mind. Sometimes stretched like a smooth linen, made up. Other times a shuffle of ripples and hustle waved up. Soft, with sharp edges, flows like hot wax, firm like steel, moves like chess. Veins like canals got my blood emptying into this whole body. A rippling wave, a vibrating current still dances in me from a beat that danced way before time, before time. Got my legs stretched and ready, hinged and loose, marching in step, bending and wandering, steady, ain't never not been nowhere. Hands, percussion, crashed together like metronome, double time like dizzy, sweeping across your back like salve, wax on, wax off, like a healing, like feel better baby, like look at my baby shine. Got my life, how dare it not be lively, sprawled out like a vine's embrace, a full-bodied breath, as big as mystery, black hole existence, holding all that light. A satiated belly, expanding and fading, a becoming that don't deal in ain'ts, just gots. A washing like a soothing sweetness that cleanses like black soap, washing over me, electric bubble bath, pushing the eyes to fasten like lullaby, like lullaby. We are the ones, fathers, daughters, mothers, sons, a drop of water and the whole ocean. Ooh, we are the ones, fathers, daughters, mothers, sons, a drop of water and the whole ocean. Ooh. Feel the pulse, the foundation. There is life here. Have you ever saw something so vibrant that you couldn't understand its happy, couldn't quite make out its joy? Its beauty, a twang taste on tongue, too other to digest, unpalatable, not because it is not everything, but only because it is. Have you ever feared it, mistaken, missed it altogether, taken it, stolen it, because it was so other? Savored it in the dark, beat it beneath you, when the beauty of a people meet a brutality that can break them, that should break them, but they survive it. You get something so layered, language can't hold it. You get a dance that shakes the dirt, a song that cracks the world in two, gleaming teeth, peering behind lips in a sunburst of a smile, audacious. How is it that laughter can still fill the lungs? A rage that slices through the nights all black, a love that is so strong It holds on to whatever we have left and doesn't let go. An arrogant truth, they will feel you and fear you, and you will survive them. This piece that I'm going to do next is entitled Little Brown Girl, and it's my ode to little brown girls all across the world. And it's a piece that I take with me everywhere I go, and so I would love to share it with you tonight. This is Little Brown Girl. Look in the mirror. What do you see? When I look at you, yeah, I can see me. I can see me. I can see. Little brown girl, you are beautiful. Just in case someone forgot to whisper it in your ear or to shout it out loud and clear, I am telling you right now. Let the words hug you until you forget all the times someone didn't. Let the words move you every time you feel like quitting, little brown girl. Embrace everything that all of you has to offer. You are your mother's daughter, and she's a queen rightfully, so that makes you nothing less than royalty. So take your crown. Get back up on your throne. Take all of the lies that people hold you responsible to live out and erase them gone. Show yourself that you love you. So when someone else tries, you'll know how to separate the real from the fake. Learn yourself. Take time out to get in tune. Know that you are all of that and a pack of Kool-Aid, and it's all right to feel this way. Just as long as you don't have to take someone else's pack of Kool-Aid away to validate, little brown girl. Know that you are phenomenal. Dr. Angelou's pen had you in mind. Know that you are the rightful owner of your own mind. Only share you with those who will respect you, yeah. Only share you with those who will protect you, little brown girl. Take a look at your reflection. So when someone has the nerve to tell you what you look like, you'll have to do no second guessing to know that if they come up with anything short of beautiful, then clearly something's wrong with their pupils and they should seek medical attention immediately. Because when I look at you, I see me. Little brown girl, love every crevice of the skin that you are in. From your cocoa rich produced by melanin to that dimple that makes special appearances when you grin. To those almond-shaped windows to your soul. To that coiled conversation that flows from your temple. To the potential of your mental. To those curves that were handcrafted, made in heaven. To the seventh day of resting. Because my God, put in work, little brown girl. Never water down your substance to make it easier for anyone to digest, you see. Sooner than later, you'll start to think that this is your new best, little brown girl. Know that there's nothing little about you. Brown girl, know that this does not define your character. Girl, know that this does not tell you what you cannot be, rather everything that you can. You see, sometimes words have a funny way of trying to describe things that are simply indescribable, but if anyone happens to trip up over the syllables that comprise the name that you were given, you tell them that they can call you beautiful for short. Thank you for the love. And for the final piece I want to do, this is my ode to poetry. And so I love that this event is called Step Up to the Mic, because when I wrote this piece, it was me for the first time finding that I had a space and a place on the page and in front of the mic or behind the mic with audiences and with other people who also create. And it created a lot of community for me that I still get to be a part of today. And so this piece is called All I Need. All I need is a cup of poetry. Put it on the rocks, add some sugar, make it sweet. I like my prose rich, so add me some cream. Stir it on up and serve it to me. All I need is a cup of poetry. Put it on the rocks, add some sugar, make it sweet. I like my prose rich, so add me some cream. Stir it on up and serve it to me. 'Cause me is my poetry and my poetry is me. I bleed prose as my eyes filled with salty stanzas, better known as run-on sentences that run on down my cheeks in order to meet my lips that soon direct them to my tongue, and they fly. They fly like lightning bugs, while some choose to swat and slap them on out the door. You see others grab a jar, saving it for later, poke some holes, let me breathe, 'cause all I need is a bowl of poetry. Add a little salt and cayenne for some sting. I like my prose rich, so add me some beans. Stir it on up and serve it to me. My mind is poetry in motion, as my mental frequents foreign lands that my body wouldn't know how to interpret as being real. The pen is the pilot, and the ink is nothing more than anxious passengers, ready to land back on solid ground, just to be assured that gravity still exists and the air down here is still sufficient. So, just where is my pot of poetry? I'm getting a bit anxious, I want it rich, I want it sweet. Can I talk to the manager? 'Cause I will up and leave if I can't feed my mind with a heap of poetry. Poetry that has me. Wishing I shook hands with Langston and shared lines with Hurston in the heart of Harlem with Cullen rehearsing, immersing in this verse until my pen starts bursting and writing so much till the paper starts cursing, 'cause all I need is a cup, a bowl, a pot of poetry. No, I'm not greedy, just need to feed we. At a table set for two, maybe even three, maybe even three, maybe even. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Yes, that was phenomenal. Oh my gosh, y'all, just give her some love one more time. Please, 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 please. So before we get to our next poet, I just wanted to acknowledge everybody that's on social. Hey, y'all. Facebook and YouTube, please make sure y'all showing love to the poets as well. Like, comment, share. It's free. So y'all sitting at home doing nothing, just turn it on and watch it. Turn on and watch it, okay? Make sure you're showing love to our artists. Again, they are Shukura Huggins on Facebook. I know it by heart because I tag her all the time. So make sure you are showing them that love. And for those who just came in, welcome to step up to the mic. So now, we will now have Miss Paula Bell. Will you step up to the mic?
I'm so grateful and blessed to be here. I'm grateful for my gift. I started writing poetry because I don't like public speaking. And I have a tendency to talk fast, and so this kind of slows me down a little bit. And I had a lot on my mind that I didn't really want to talk to a lot of people about, but then I get in front of people and talk to them about my problems. And I ain't gonna sing like Shukura or nothing like that, but I'm so grateful and appreciative to see all of you out here, and thank you for allowing me to share my gift with you. I played by the rules when I played love's games, but love seemed to always play games on me. Blinded by immense bluffs, jumping between lines of their double dutch, trying to make heads or tails of their fairy tales. I got tied up, wrapped up, caught up, tangled up in a web of confusion. My mind kept merry-go-rounding until I almost lost my marbles, played tug of war with their truths and their dares. Dare they say my material will be wifey, but truthfully, wanted to play musical chairs with my feelings. I played tic-tac-toe, scored 3 X's in rows, but always lost in the end. Instead of wins, became prey in Charlotte's web of confusion. But I tried again, hoping the connect to the fourth would hopscotch me through squares to him. But love played me all over again. Kept pricking my finger on the spindle of men who slept on my greatness. My sincerities never seemed to fit the glass slipper like Cinderella's did. They charmingly jacked up my feelings again. Farriers kicked love's can farther away from me again. Romance grim again, wondering if my beating red could ride through like fingers. Rover my mandingo right over, that he break the curse. We'd become friends and lovers. But I kept hula hooping in the okey doke in hopes Creator would break this curse. Next kiss would form Frog the Prince. Fairy godmother would connect my dish with his spoon, that we'd run away, jump over the moon to sunny days sweeping clouds away. Wished upon stars that love would stop dodging, do less hiding, more seeking, and tag me. 'Cause I want to be it again someday. But until Simon says red light, I'll keep on green lighting. I'll keep trying, 'cause there's no greater feeling than to play love's games and finally win them. History, pieces together, missing pieces of puzzles. And when edges connect, it is apparent that we be queens. From bending curves to delicacy of necks, suppleness of lips, the rhythm and shift of hips, painted in tones of the universe. We are not picture perfect. We are perfect imperfections. Ain't nothing more perfect than being imperfectly patterned by master artisan who shapes brokenness into masterpieces. Our beauty be skin deep, but our power be to bone. Our ancestors be buried in our bones. We be heavens carved into goddesses. We walk on galaxies, we bear fruit abundantly. Empires incubate in our wombs, and we give birth to nations. We be mother of every nation. Sunbeams immerse epidermis in vitamin D. Our darkness reflects light, summoning stars and moonlights. We be reason for rainbows. Vanity envies aesthetic, persuades resentment to hurl insults at excellence. Malevolence bends our backs, but we do not break. Our roots be grounded too deep in antiquity. Amazon warriors persuade spines to unravel, stretch limbs towards source of divinity. We be silt fertilizing soil, blossoms blooming through fractured concrete. Our black is magic. We've broken chains and escaped bondage, but baby, this ain't no sleight of hand, ain't no illusion, ain't no secret. We ain't gonna magically disappear. We here. We be atmosphere. Scientists dissect landscape, attempt replicate, but never crack melanin code. Creator broke mold, no two comparable. Spirits, no duplicate. Brilliance be strength. Resilience be endurance. Voices be lifted. Tongues wrap wounds in angel wings. Detonate bombs on assailants, yet seasoned with so much grace and kindness and vengeance so sweet. We beginning, end, everything between. We be Sarah Bartman, voluptuous, Michelle Obama, brilliant, Maya Angelou, gifted, Harriet Tubman, legacy. We be African stories quilted together. We be honors, privilege denied. We be creators, influencers, trendsetters, sweetness of earth. We be sisters. We be our sisters. We be our sister's keepers. So when sister's crown has shifted, it's our responsibility to help her reposition it. We be first class, touchdowns, top shelf, supreme. We be queens. I'm gonna sing like the first part of this, but I can't sing like Shukura, so I told y'all I couldn't sing, so. It's gonna be just a few seconds, so. My country, 'tisn't thee. We've been strangers abducted from mother's womb. Black, naked, defenseless bodies crammed in filthy, hollow caskets. Flesh pressing flesh. Floorboards wearing skin to bone. No room to move, barely enough to breathe. Stench of your sins suffocating, yet holding breaths in hopes for nightmares to end or death to put us out of our misery. Sweet land of graves replacing embraces, of black men and children executed for ebony-fitting profile. But I guess all shadows look alike when you are afraid of your own. America, tell me, please tell me, where is the sweetness in salty tears forming puddles of grief, regrets, what ifs? If destiny revealed last goodbye would be the last goodbye, they would have stood firmer on faith, said more, I love you, prayed more fervently. But prayers ain't bulletproof. Faith don't change assassins to angels. Love don't still racist trigger fingers. And God does not announce the day when life's circle will plummet off its axis, spin uncontrollably and land morbidity on your child's number. No parent should ever have to bury their child, America. Of thee I mistrust, justice pledged, premised on privilege, disadvantaged, unfortunate. Lies within declarations, lines, defaulted promissory notes. Reparations debated, and it makes me wonder, when was America great again? Voice strains to sing your melodies with injustice kneeling on necks, hatred shackling rights, deadly force silencing peaceful protest. Internal affairs, fox guarding henhouse, and good old boys in the White House, America, land where my people are murdered daily by gangsters draped in blue, repping they set, wearing badges like patches, straddling thin blue lines between enforcement and excessive force. Blue walls turn eyes blind, cell phones resemble guns, boys wearing hoodies are thugs. You are guilty if you run. America, your courts have become comedies. Trials, setups, perjuries, punchlines, acquittals, taglines, and black folks are the brunt of your jokes, but America, this shit ain't funny to us. From every mountainside, say their names. Say their names, Eric Garner, Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor, Stephon Clark, Ryan Milton, Pamela Turner, all God's children changed victims, murdered because of their melanin. America. When will freedom ring for us, America? Thank you.
Wow. 2 times. As I was sitting here thinking about the content so far, I feel as though, Shukura, you spoke to the heart of who we are internally. And with what we just heard, I feel as though Paula has taken us on the journey outside of internally into externally, focusing on our skin. For those of us who are from the Black experience, the African American experience, the African descendant diaspora experience, these are things that we know to be true. So it all rings loudly in our veins in a way that no one else can just understand, but that's okay, because we celebrate it anyway. So thank you for sharing your heart in this way, because we're all being enlightened and just celebrating art. It's still art, and sometimes art isn't supposed to be all about entertainment. Art is supposed to make you feel. It provokes thought. So I feel the presence. Everyone's just kind of like, but that's okay. Don't shake it. If you're uncomfortable, embrace it. If you love it, embrace it. Wherever you are, sit true in that moment. So again, thank you, Paula Bell, for that amazing work. Can we give her some love? Yes. All right. Now, can we also give our amazing muralist, visual artist, Hugo, some love, as he is just... He's like, no, let me work, bro. Let me work. All right, y'all. So last but not least, we have excuse my language. I'm sorry. I done got tongue-tied already. Zedeka, will you please step up to the mic?
Oh, boy. Sure. Following Queens. No problem, right? All right, so first of all, thank you all in the room and online for being here. Being out in the world and getting to speak my words to people is a new experience. It's been a couple years, so whatever energy I have is because you're giving it to me, and I thank y'all for that. I write a lot about family and about food, so y'all gonna hear some things. Girl. So I'm gonna work my way through a few things and then a couple new pieces. Some you may have heard. It's all right. It's still good, I think. So some families, they have parables about their history, right? Those people can spin love and tales about where they came from. My family don't do that. Nah. We make peach cobbler. The best story that my family knows how to tell you will fill your belly with memories. And I have these things to share, right? It's a rolling pin and a cast iron skillet from my gran, and a recipe that's a whole lot more memory than manual. First, you bring water to a boil and add the following: butter. Because Maddie Pratt, she accepted no substitutes the few times she actually decided to bake. Then some lemon and orange juice from a late night experiment of mine. Brown sugar and a touch of white to complement the ripeness of your peaches. The perfect combination of cinnamon and nutmeg, now that's gonna remind you of my mama. Her slightly red complexion in the summertime. And it should taste earthy, not grainy, not too sweet. Then you stir so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pot, and when that liquid clings to the back of your spoon, you add peaches. Fresh ones now, frozen if that's what you got. But don't use cans, that stuff cooks down to mush, but the fresh ones, Now that'll let you know you were eating something, right? Remind us of the days beyond commodity cans when fresh fruit was more than just a luxury. You let it all cook low and slow till that liquid starts to taste like the fruit you just added. Now look here, y'all gonna have to taste it. Then you're gonna have to modify it a little bit, and then you're gonna need to taste it again. Because in this family, we learn things by doing, and we sure enough ain't about to serve food that has not crossed our own lips first. If for no other reason, then your aunties are mean. And they will suck their teeth and push back the plate if you have the audacity to get this wrong. Now, when the filling is actually right, fill a cast iron skillet. Cover it with crust and bacon. And now this point is very important. You gotta take that baked crust and stick it all down to the bottom, because y'all know, don't nobody want cobbler without those extra little bits of saucy crust. Then you cover it with crust again and bake it. Wait for the perfect doneness, and that's somewhere between the shade of my palm and the back of my hand. And when it cools, you have the perfect way to close out a family dinner. And the hint of buttery citrus clinging to the walls of your kitchen, and when you do it right, you know that smell better than the path home. Because this right here, this is how my family remembers y'all. It's our potato salad, our jerk chicken, our seasoned vegetables. It's this peach cobbler. This is my family's history on a plate, and it's heavy with memory and spice. So what I need you to do is take a spoonful. Savor every bit of it. Let it roll around on your tongue until you know exactly what it tastes like when somebody loves you. Take this recipe and make it your own. Accident your way into a couple of improvements. And if ever anybody, anywhere, has the nerve to ask you who you are or who your people are, make them this. All right. Y'all should know I cook a mean pot of greens. I don't eat them, though. I don't really always enjoy them. For this, people tell me I have lost my raising, as if the best mix of turnip, collard, and mustard is not as familiar as my childhood home. How to carefully soak and clean the leaves, remove the ribs and rough chop the remainder, use scrap meat and bone broth to make the mouth believe it's fuller than it is, pinch in salt and pepper as the whole thing stews. As a second-generation Midwest branch of an Arkansas family, folks think I've forgotten my place as a descendant of the Great Migration. My tongue is strange, unaccented, accepts mayonnaise but not salt pork. Maybe I'm too picky, but baby, ain't nothing wrong with my memory. Who could forget something so specific as blues guitar and scraps in a too-small kitchen? The distant scent of packing houses where my grandfather worked, and watching mystified as 2 sinkful of leaves cooked down into a single pot. My daughter keeps me company while I make dinner. We start with the Holy Trinity: garlic, bell peppers, onions. The first 2 are easy. The third's gonna be a problem. I'm too sensitive, I've been told. It doesn't matter how I try to protect myself, it's everywhere. My hands, the air, I end up sobbing and I have to walk away. Today, we're watching news instead of cartoons, and I just know something awful is coming. Pessimism is not my default position, you should know, but sometimes the world won't stop. Sandra Blanding, Philando Castilian, Corinne Gainsing, Eric Garnering, Breonna Tayloring, George Floyding, serving and protecting me into submission. I stop blocking the blows and accept I have to figure out a way to explain this to my child. So I stand here, chopping onions and listening to my daughter's toddler strip speak, concentrating on the rise and fall of the knife so I'm not leaking both tears and blood as I hear again why murder isn't murder, or how breathing and being wrapped in brown skin makes you dangerous, or how people not so different from me keep dying, but that's not the point, right? and I find myself mincing words that sound like age-appropriate versions of the truth. Wonder if my daughter has seen this ritual enough time to know what happens before she even understands the language. I break my rhythm. I can't hold my knife steady. I can't breathe even. I can't stop the fear and the knowledge that this will happen again and again and again, and this damn vegetable is burning into its way into my skin while the world is trying to burn me from the inside out. I can't stop myself from crying harder. I cry as I put onions into a bowl. I cry as I clean the chopping block. I cry as I try to clear my eyes with the back of my forearm. I walk away. Hold the sink with one hand and splash cold, clear water with the other. But all this irritation is soaked into my skin. And some things, they don't come clean so easy. So I accept the burn. Pray for small and specific things to help this moment pass. My baby, she asks, "Okay, mommy?" And I say, "No, baby, it's onions." Okay. So on to some newer things. You know, ain't but one way to breathe. You know that inhale, that exhale? It's perfect, exactly like this. Where you are on the map, in your life, in your feelings, return to that. Inhale, exhale, just like that. Your perfection. Ain't but one story to tell. Tell it your way. It's necessary. It's perfect, exactly like it is. Speak life. Build connections. Don't allow a third-person narration of your life. When your voice is a single best thing this world could receive, tell me a story. Ain't but one way to shine. You stand there, full of power, perfect, exactly as you are. Expand with breath and song and knowing eyes upon you or not, your existence changes everything. It shifts the world. This magic people speak of, that's you. Just like this. Perfection. All right, I've got two little things. The first is super short, but it's for my daughter. And it's titled, Call and Response is More Than Just an Oral Tradition. Baby, listen to me good. I promise you, there will be a moment in your life when you hear your name being called. And when you hear it, respond, and then you are heard in return. That moment will be the very thing that saves your life. Okay. Oh, that is an introduction to this. So for those of you who are my sisters in the world, there's a thing called Wash Day. I'm gonna give you a little snapshot of that. So Saturday afternoons, we sit in the sunroom with skin shower fresh and cocoa butter soft. Hair still damp, tip to root, dry enough so it doesn't drip everywhere, yet wet enough to show the curl. Slick residue on my palms from coconut and castor oil. Hair wash day, baby, that's ritual. Shared memory coiled through both our follicles and our DNA. It holds us fast to one another, much like sitting between my mama's soft thighs to keep me still when the braiding begins. You should know, when deft and loving hands work your hair into plaits, that marks you as loved, maintained. The way those braids are tightly wound together, thick and shiny from gentle touches that covers you in protection. It is a centuries-old incantation. That's the entire reason braiding happens. It's there to shield the thick and fragile pieces of ourselves from the elements. This year of isolation has taught me things about care I couldn't be bothered to know before. I now know the proper technique for stretching the curls with a wide-tooth comb and pulling through slippery leave-in conditioner. I'm starting to learn for myself what happens when I loosely twine two strands together versus cornrows. It has been an intense study in the way my hair feels beneath my fingers. How taking time to coil the ends of braids together holds them together without additional intervention. It's a time investment to understand the circumstances that allow hair to thrive. My personal connections are not so different. I learned my people the same way, slowly. Trialed and erred my way into kinship. I miss us. All the ways we intertwine, elbows and thighs touching at 2 full tables, tapping smooth plastic cups together in celebration, hugs, hand touching, all of it. I miss you, and I'm tired. Most days, I'm too tired to participate in the routines of hair or community. This year has allowed me time at home and my hair to grow, but some days, it's a chore. Too much to carry, no matter how great the benefits. I want to sleep in. Take shortcuts, shave my head, stop answering the phone, but half-ass care, hair or otherwise, does not cut it. Try it. It'll tell on you every single time. Everything turns dry, brittle. Tiny knots and rough edges worry the pads of your fingertips. Breakage that never should have been there appears everywhere. Nothing left but to comb your fingers through the dead pieces and prune. Because maintenance matters. No matter how tightly the pieces intertwine, no matter how meticulous you are about wrapping scraps of silk around your hair, time loosens everything. Your soft edges are going to make themselves readily apparent. The tickle of loose hair around your hairline is going to get to you. The itch of staying in one place too long will become too overwhelming. Very little you do to hair is meant to last forever. The process starts over. It's a continual, constant practice of care. My oldest friend called today. I'm exhausted from disembodied voices and the artificial warmth of ring lights on my face. Despite this need for quiet, I breathe deep and set the phone next to my face. And I have to tell you, y'all, it's worth it. Yeah.
It's all good, y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please be careful. It is slippery out there. So, wow. Okay. So I had a whole thing I was going to say, but then my tail just took the show. So, with that being said, can we give Ms. Zedeka Poindexter some love again? I was going to say you're making me hungry, and then I was going to speak about how I too have wash day, but obviously we know that's not the truth. I do wash this bald head of mine, yes. But anywho, Hugo, would you like to give us a synopsis, a summary of what you have going on? Because it's dope.
Thank you. I pretty much was just trying to pay attention while everyone was going through what they had written, what they performed for us, and I took different words and wrote them down as they kind of grabbed my attention, or just as soon as I was done with one, the next one would come up and I would just write it out. So this is composition of words that were used tonight, and to hear the beautiful words that these three strong women spoke for us. And I wrote voice behind it, so because it's about, you know, having a voice, and you need an audience in order to have that voice. So I need an audience in order to have a voice, so you can visually see what I'm doing. And thank you for coming.
Wow. So just to give a little bit of an understanding of why this was going on as well. So Hugo, he's a part of our creative team. So first of all, Voices Amplified, for those who do not know, it is our arts and social justice series at Omaha Performing Arts. This year, for our season finale in June, come out and see us, June 25th, save the date, we are having a musical theater piece that will be performed at the Orpheum Theater, choreographed by our own Ray Mercer, and Hugo will be leading the visual art by creating backdrops similar to this. So when you think of the stage, art like this is going to be along the backdrop while our performers will be performing. So this is an example of just what he does. You've probably seen his work all over the city and didn't even know it was him. So this is just fantastic. So can we give him some love, please? So as we round out, I first want to invite you all to our next event. So our next event, unfortunately, will not be in person. The next two will be live stream only. Our first one in November will be a feature on Hugo. He will be leading a class, and we will have some B-roll, some snapshots of what it takes for him to teach and to kind of create art pieces from words and from understandings, things about race, about community, about coming together. This season for Voices Amplified, while last year we amplified Black voices, this year we are amplifying both Black and Latinx voices. So we are bringing the two together. Now, for those of us who've been here, we all know that we share 24th Street, but 24th and Lake look different than 24th and Q, yes? So we are going to show the similarities, the differences, and the intersection of both cultures coming together through various mediums of art. So we are going to give him his highlight in November. December, we are coming together through food, through Miss Nancy Williams by way of No More Empty Pots. She will be leading a cooking session live stream, so you all will be able to sign up pretty soon here where you can get a food kit and you can prepare and work on the recipe at home while we're showing it live streamed as well. And then in January, we have a hip hop panel event featuring Marcy Yates of Culture House, Thailand Music, DJ Kethro, and a few others. And it's gonna be like a discussion about hip hop in the Omaha community. So we have a lot coming. We have more, we have artists coming, Las Cafeteras from LA, which is a Latinx band, and they infuse social justice and community while not amplifying, excuse me, I say that word every day, while utilizing their own traditional instruments. And then we also have Sankofa Dance Furrow coming from Colombia. They're an Afro-Colombian dance troupe. So we have a huge, wonderful season coming. So please, 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 please follow us in what we're doing, and come on out. All right? So before I even say the thank yous, on your tables are evaluation sheets. We have pens. I will make sure they come around. Please fill out this evaluation sheet. It is going to help us continue the curation of these programs. So please do that. So I want to thank, first of all, our sponsors, Mutual of Omaha and Humanities Nebraska. I want to thank everyone at Omaha Performing Arts, Andy Casano, our VP, who is our lead boss man. We want to thank him. So if we can give some love for Andy, please, please, please. We want to thank marketing, everyone at marketing that gave you all those amazing pins. Please take some pins and promo material, and everyone else at Omaha Performing Arts, from our president, Joan Squires, down to the programming team. I also want to thank our Voices Amplified committee. A lot of people do not know, but these programs are curated by committee members. So we have people who have been in this community for a long time, and we all are making these decisions together to make sure we have proper programming that is not only good for the community, but authentic to tell the stories that we want to tell. So please give it up for our committee. Thank you to you all for making this happen. And last but not least, I want to thank you all for coming, enjoying this evening with us. Thank you to everyone online. Thank you for your comments, for your likes, for your love buttons, all of that. Thank you so much. Continue. You can watch this over and over again. This will be left up. So if you want to come back and listen to the poems, go onto our YouTube channel or our Facebook, and you can go back and stream it, share it, and do all that good stuff. And yeah, I think that's all that I have. So thank you all so much again. Have a great night, and we'll see you all at the next event.